In history, there are coincidences. And then there are stories so strange, they almost feel impossible. This is one of them. The true tale of how a gangster's armored getaway car ended up saving the President of the United States. Our story begins in Chicago, 1928. A city roaring with jazz, drowning in corruption, and shaking under the gunfire of Prohibition-era gang wars. At the center of it all stood one man, Al Scarface Capone. A name that ruled the streets with fear and absolute dominance. To survive in a world built on violence, Capone needed more than muscle. He needed protection. And so he commissioned a car unlike anything else on the road. A brand-new 1928 Cadillac Town sedan, painted in the same black and green colors used by Chicago police. But this wasn't a clever disguise. It was a fortress. The Cadillac weighed nearly 3,000 pounds more than normal. Its glass was an inch thick. Its doors were stuffed with layers of asbestos-wrapped steel. Even the rear window had a quick-release lever, so Capone's men could fire back during an ambush. It was part limousine, part tank, and it silently witnessed some of the darkest moments of the Prohibition underworld. But even a bulletproof car couldn't protect Capone from the law. In 1931, he was finally arrested, not for murder or racketeering, but for tax evasion. His empire collapsed, and his prized armored Cadillac was seized by the U.S. Treasury. The once terrifying machine was pushed into a government storage lot in Washington, D.C., left to rot under years of dust and silence. It should have remained forgotten. But fate had other plans. Fast forward to December 7th, 1941. Pearl Harbor is attacked. The United States is thrust into World War II. And suddenly, the safety of President Franklin D. Roosevelt becomes a national emergency. There was one massive problem. Roosevelt's personal car, the beloved Sunshine Special, was beautiful, but completely unarmored. A moving target at the very moment America needed him most. And making matters worse, federal law prevented buying a new car costing more than $750. Far too little to acquire an armored limousine. The Secret Service was desperate. Agent Michael Riley searched for a solution until he remembered something. A piece of armored machinery sitting quietly in a government lot. Capone's Cadillac. Riley ordered the car pulled out immediately. Mechanics worked through the night, cleaning the brass, tuning the engine, and preparing a gangster's getaway car to become the president's shield. And so, on December 8, 1941, as Roosevelt prepared to address Congress, he was brought outside to a massive black and green sedan. He stared at it for a moment. "Mike, what is that thing?" he asked. The agent explained its past, its weight, its armor, and its notorious original owner. Roosevelt laughed. "Well," he said, "I hope Mr. Capone doesn't mind. How does it run?" And just like that, the president who helped bring down organized crime climbed into the very vehicle once used by a gangster to escape the law. The Cadillac performed flawlessly, escorting Roosevelt safely through Washington as he delivered the Day of Infamy speech, one of the most important addresses in American history. A speech that marked the country's entry into World War II, delivered after a ride in Al Capone's personal armored car. In the years that followed, the Cadillac passed to collectors and museums. In 2012, it sold for over $300,000, and today, it's valued as high as $1 million. It remains a symbol of a strange and powerful truth. A car built for fear ended up protecting hope. A tool of a gangster became a shield for a president, and a piece of forgotten metal became a legend. This is the bulletproof paradox, a reminder that sometimes history's wildest twists are also its most unforgettable.